So I was just double checking on over the cap. Right now, for those out there talking about the Cowboys and Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, you can't do anything. Right now, we're sitting eighth in cap money. We're sitting in a spot 8. On Monday, we were 25th, somewhere around there. And when we get that rollover 18 million, we'll go past the Commanders. Definitely. We'll move into the top 5 of cap space. Being, I think, New England has the most at like 127. So when we say the Cowboys can't take on a big contract, they can. They can. The question will be is, who will that target be? Will they look at it and say, we need another offensive weapon to help spread the field and make a trade or a free agent signing? I'm going to ask a dumb question here. Now, we as Cowboy fans, we do this every offseason. We dream about players that we would like to add to the mix. I've said I would love to see Davante Adams, who's now a free agent. Davante Adams, I'd be ecstatic about him being added to the mix. I don't know that that'll happen. He is a little bit older, but he has still been productive. 1,000-yard plus receiver every year. And he hasn't exactly been with great teams the last couple of years with the Raiders and Derek Carr and that whole pooch crew right there and the other quarterbacks they had, and then going to the Jets, which was just a bad team all the way around. Wow, that's the first time I've seen that in a while. I don't know if you've noticed lately, but I have not seen very many birds anymore. And there's actually a whole swarm of them, which is good to see because we need the birds. Anyway, sorry, I digress as I drive down the road. But there's others that are looking to be, out there. So right now, the wide receiver market between trades and free agents is getting pretty good. DK Metcalf asking for a trade. I don't know about you. I don't know what the price will be. Knowing that Debo went for a 5th, but Debo has been kind of going downhill the last couple of years and taking on his contract. I don't know. I got to look and see. I don't. Hold on. Woo! DK is due a $31 million contract for this year. Bam! Because he signed a 3-year, $72 million contract. That's a lot more than the $17 million for Debo. So the question will be is, understanding that Tyler Lockett was cut today. So you got Tyler Lockett, who's a free agent, not anywhere near the same, and definitely a lot older than DK. You'd have to trade for him. Well, ideally, he's asking for a trade. Doesn't mean the team's going to grant it. And unless they eat some of the contract, I don't know that they will. Washington took on all of Debo's contract of $17 million. So that would be a big chunk of change that you would be taking on from there. I have to see what the guaranteed money is on there. They would have to take some of that, I believe. Be that as it may, you have to go ahead and say, is it better for me to sign a younger receiver and give up draft capital and play more money conceivably, or go for Davante Adams? Davante Adams right now is a free agent. Now, understand, both of these guys are looking to go to contenders because they want to get a Super Bowl. I don't know how players will look at the Dallas Cowboys right now as far as if you believe that they're contenders or not. Oh, got a phone call. Hold on. Everybody and their sister is calling me. Okay, so just got a text message. Good Lord. So the question you have to say is, are you better off signing Christian Kirk, Davante Adams, those now, and you have to figure that Cooper Kupp is also going to be released. They're not going to find a trade partner for him. Or do you look at this and say, we'll trade a third? Would you give up a third for DK Metcalf and say we're going to do a new contract? I look at this and say, interesting. We've drafted Michael Gallup and Jalen Tolbert with third-round picks. Would you give him a third-round pick from this year's draft for DK Metcalf after you gave up a fourth for Jonathan Mingo? If I'm looking at this apples to apples, DK Metcalf is a hell of a lot better than Jonathan Mingo. And maybe Jonathan Mingo ends up with a new coach, a new system, becomes better. But I'm not sure I'm ready to go ahead and go into the season and say, Jalen Tolbert's my number 2 or Jonathan Mingo's my number 2 and we're good. We got to get more weapons. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that has to be one of the positions that I think the Cowboys will look at. I think running back, they're of course saying that the Cowboys will not draft Austin Gentry, whether he falls to him or not. Yeah, okay, we'll see about that. He might end up falling to him because there are other running backs that are there in the second round. That may be a case where he's falling and the Cowboys recognize we can move back a couple of spots and pick up an extra draft pick and still draft him and be in good shape. If you go through and you end up getting a Tyler Lockett or you make a trade and, get a DK Metcalf, you put DK out there with CeeDee Lamb and Jalen Tolbert, oh my God, and then get Austin Gentry, man, bro, you'd have to be all of a sudden say the Cowboys are a good team. And that may be the kind of thing that you need to do to become a destination team like, say, the Eagles are right now. And make no mistake about it, Cowboys are about to be able to be players. You don't get all this cash like this. You don't make all this room like this and then don't do anything with it. The Cowboys are about ready to become big ballers. Or, selectively aggressive ballers. That's what I'm going to call it. Big, selectively aggressive ballers. How to get Tracy to make a shirt like that? Yeah, I think we definitely should. So, you're the GM. What move do you make with the Dallas Cowboys right now, having this cash and knowing you got more coming? I'd like to hear what you do. Wow, we went from it raining like a mother humper to it's 64 degrees and sunny right now. What a difference a day makes. And I guess when you got money, how different the world looks. And the Cowboys, they got some cash now. They got a whole lot of cash. All right, we'll keep up with the Joneses and see what else happens. This is crazy. I just can't keep up. Peace.